What's up, everyone? Drunken Phoenix here. Welcome back. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. So today I'm going to be reacting to people talking about their ridiculous car payments. So let's go ahead and get started.
Payment?
$1,000.
My truck's $850.
$777.
What kind of car do you drive?
BMW.
So I have a 2500 GMC.
What is your current car payment on that?
0. It's paid off.
I drive a Ford Explorer 2015.
How much is your car payment?
$578.
Mitsubishi Eclipse crossover. Mine's $550 at 6 years.
2021 Jeep Wrangler. I had bought that brand new. I think it was $333 bi-weekly. And I traded it.
Bi-weekly. I feel like he's trying to make his car payment sound better than it really was. He says $333 bi-weekly. Just say $666 a month, okay? You're paying close to $700 a month for your car. He's trying to like clean it up, like saying, oh, $333 every 2 weeks.
For a nice fuel efficiency Honda Accord.
What's the average car payment in 2026?
Oof. Yeah, it's gone up a lot. I mean, here, it's probably $800.
The average car payment?
Okay, so $800 a month for a car note is egregious to me. I don't know if there's something in the American culture or something in the water. My personal theory is I think it's more of like a cultural thing where, you know, a lot of people have the expectation that your car should be, you know, relatively new, and that, you know, and $500, $600, $700, $800 car note every month is normal, you know. Of course, I would never pay that much for a car note unless I'm just, you know, rolling in the dough. But yeah, I would say in my personal experience, like a lot of people I talked to about this stuff, whether it's friends or family members, they all have this mindset, not saying whether they're right or wrong, it's just, you know, different from how I think, but they have this mindset to where if they get a car, they should get a car that's, you know, under 5 years old. Like, ideal to them is like a 3-year-old car. And, you know, with any, it doesn't matter if you get luxury or not, if you get a car that's that new, you're going to be paying at least $20,000 in total for that car. That's just the listing price. That's not including, you know, the taxes and the interest and everything. And also $20,000 is like on the lower end of how much you'll be spending on the listing price. So I think, you know, maybe we should, you know, shift the coach a little bit to saying that, you know, used cars that are like over 5 years old, maybe even over 10 years old, are okay to buy. You know, I think a lot of Americans would benefit from that given the current economic situation.
In 2026?
$800.
What's the average car payment in 2026?
The average car payment in 2026 is, I believe last time I checked, it was around $875, I think.
Dealership went around asking the employees how much was the average car note in 2026. $800. The average, $800. And one guy said $875. Roughly $875, but I just did one for $920. Hold on, because this is the only thing that gets me about these high car notes. It's no longer just the fact that people are choosing to drive luxury and all this other stuff out here. It's people driving Hondas. I mean, your Nissans, Toyotas, and they're paid.
I have to say this. I drive a luxury vehicle. I drive a BMW 5 Series that's from the year 2015. And my car note is not nearly as high as some of these people driving these Hondas, paying like $600, $500, $800 a month. Again, I got my car. When I got my car, it was 7 years old, but I have pretty good credit. But what my point is, you can drive. It doesn't matter what you drive as much as it is, or you're getting a car that's at a decent price that you can afford. And I would recommend getting a used car, you know, that's, you know, older than 5 years old. And I know apparently a lot of people don't like to hear that, but also a lot of people are not doing good economically. Last time I checked, over half of Americans are, you know, living paycheck to paycheck. So I don't think it should be controversial to say maybe we should normalize getting, you know, cars that are like, you know, 7, 8, 10 years old, maybe even older. You'll be, you know, saving a lot of money on a car note. So
is running them about anywhere from $700 to $800 just for the car note. I'm afraid that nowadays it's no longer nothing to do with what you drive. The fact that people can't even get approved for certain vehicles without the terms and conditions being crazy. People can't even afford to, one, go get or pay for cash cars, and then can't even afford to keep up with the maintenance that gotta go into cash cars. And
I was working at Mazda and watching people get absolutely ripped off with their car finance every single day. Customers would come in needing a car loan and we had to mark up their interest rates by 2% just because it was legal so the company could make more money. I would see young people signing loans that they did not understand, paying thousands more than they needed to because nobody explained their options. And the worst part was I was part of that problem. I was trained to maximize profits, not help people get the best deal, and I literally couldn't sleep at night doing this job any longer. So I left and I became a finance broker.
Okay, so I want to give kudos to this lady for having some level of integrity. As easy as it is to, judge people and saying, why you guys spending that much on a car? That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Are you dumb? We have to put just as much accountability on the system as well. A lot of these car dealerships are very predatory. They are going in this business to just make money, and they don't really care. They don't really have the buyer's interest at heart. And they are preying on a lot of young people. And I think that's, even more egregious because these are people that are just entering adulthood, just getting, a start on life. And they, their brain isn't fully developed yet. People, you want a car that's dependable, but you also want something nice. And we live in such, capitalistic, materialist society where people do want something nice and that's, relatively new. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of these dealerships, they exploit that need or that desire to where they don't have their buyer's best interest at heart. So, yes, we need to, encourage people to make better financial decisions and have more foresight, but let's not just make it seem like, the whole system isn't corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Like if the average American, I'm of the belief that if the average American is having these ridiculous car notes that are just outrageous, yes, that says something about American people, but that also says something about the American system and how, we can have some improvements with how we deal with car loans and, just lending money to people in general.
Now I compare 25 different lenders instead of pushing one bank's products. Everyone deserves better than bank speak and just one option. That's why I do what I do now.
Hey Gemini,
Yes.
what kind of car do you drive?
Mercedes C300.
And how much is your monthly payment?
$920.
Okay, $920 for the Mercedes C300. That's like a compact car. That's like the smallest, one of the smallest sedans. Almost $1,000 for that. And yes, she is. That was a very bad mistake on her end. I don't know why anybody would do that, but at the same time, like I said before, it's just the whole system is corrupt. It's like, why would y'all give this lady this high car note?
Ooh. Lorenza,
Yes.
what kind of car do you drive?
Chevy Tahoe.
And how much is your monthly payment?
$810.
Oh no.
I know.
Justin,
Hey,
what kind of car do you drive?
2018 Tacoma,
And how much is your monthly payment?
$496.
That's not bad. Hey Dustin,
Yeah,
what kind of car do you drive?
a Range Rover Velar,
And how much is your monthly payment?
$760.
That's not bad. Hey Tanner,
Hey,
what kind of car do you drive?
I drive a
And this is why I say something about, the culture and the expectation. Why did she say that a 760 car note is not that bad? Like, I don't know if she was trying to be funny, but this is what I'm saying. I think it's just we have this expectation that, a car note that high is normal, apparently. And I think we need to kind of, shift it somehow to where, people can be more, smarter with their choices.
2024 F-150,
And what's your monthly payment?
$1,000.
Oh no. That's the worst one today. Hey LaShawn,
Yes.
what kind of car do you drive?
99 Nissan Pathfinder.
And how much is your monthly payment?
0, paid off.
Okay, show off.
Reasons why I hate my Porsche Cayenne as a mom car. Y'all are liars! I'm convinced if you think a Porsche Cayenne is a perfect mom car, you don't have children. Number one, this is marketed as a luxury car. What is luxury about this car to begin with? Remote control start? Non-existent. Skip button on the steering wheel? Nah. How about this mirror reflective console? Yeah, every time I'm driving, I'm getting blinded. I'm about to swerve into the next lane, crash into the person next to me. Oh, you want to skip a song? You've got to be okay with living on the edge because you have to look down at this massive screen and try to figure out where the freaking button is on this touchscreen. Can't do that either because you're getting blinded by that doohickey the entire time. I'm driving like this. Every time you get out of the car, yeah, the seat's actually going to reset. So when you go to get your son out of the car seat in the back, the chair is actually going to push back on his car seat and you're literally not going to be able to get him out until you get back in the front seat, move the seat forward, leave the car on, then get your son out of the back. And then
That has to be something that she doesn't, like, there has to be a setting that she doesn't know about with the seat thing. Because there has to be a way to where it doesn't reset all the time. Because if what she's saying is correct, then that is a very much of a design flaw.
a luxury car, you should expect luxury pricing. Go to get an oil change. If you don't go to the Porsche dealership, the code will come up here and it will not clear until you take it to the Porsche dealership and have the Porsche dealership do the oil change. A regular mechanic shop, it'd be, $100, $200. Porsche dealership, yeah, they're raking that price up. It's going to be between $500 and $600. Instead of being able to spend that money on diapers, groceries, no, you got to put that into oil because that's luxury. Spending more money is luxury. If this hasn't convinced you not to get a Porsche.
Okay, so I'm going to end it there. So I thought that was a good point that she brought up. Just all the different flaws with the car and how, a lot of these cars, these luxury cars that are being promoted, like, yes, they look nice. You get like a lot of compliments, but the prices isn't always worth it. I cannot imagine spending $500 to $600 for an oil change. That has to be, she has to have some kind of special Porsche, because even for my car, I don't spend nearly that much for an oil change. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.